Guys, I'm here with another horror movie. Today is Wish Upon. The story takes place in a nightmare of Clare Shannon. Today is her 6th birthday. For this, her mother gave her a bicycle and a dog. After watching Clare Shannon walk away, mother turned and went back home. Soon after, Clare Shannon has had enough to go back, but as soon as I entered the house, she suddenly heard her mother crying. Wait for her to go over and take a look. Mother hanged herself for some reason. She has this dream almost every day. It may be a psychological shadow left by childhood, or maybe she misses her mother too much. Clare Shannon's father, Jonathan Shannon, collects trash for a living. He goes out every morning with his companions. Because the family's income is not very large, Clare Shannon can only ride a bicycle to school. When Jonathan Shannon picked up the trash, as usual that day, found a strange looking box. He wanted to see if there was anything in it, but no matter how you break it, it can't be opened at all. Because it looks more beautiful, he decided to give it to Clare Shannon as a gift. Clare Shannon returned home shortly after, and she saw the box on the bed. The symbols on it are very strange. She only knew 4 words and 7 wishes. Like Jonathan Shannon, she also wants to open it and take a look. But after some fumbling, it still can't be opened. At this time, the mobile phone receives a text message. The girlfriend asked her to take a look online quickly. She doesn't know. She was startled. A video of her being bullied was posted online. The person who uploaded the video was the one who bullied her, and also posted an article mocking Clare Shannon. See this scene. Clare Shannon is pissed. Look at the box with 7 wishes written on it. She just said something casually. Hopefully the girl who bullied her will rot all over. The voice just fell here. The puppy at home suddenly barked. No matter what Clare Shannon calls it, it keeps its eyes fixed on that box. That's it at night. The box opened by itself, and there was a burst of music. Clare Shannon wasn't woken up by this. Instead, I slept more soundly. After a while, the box closed strangely again. All the gears have also stopped running. The next day, to the house of the man who bullied Clare Shannon. She was just about to get up and wash it, suddenly found her own legs slowly rotting. When she lifted her bangs, she took a look. Even the face has the same condition. At this time, a friend came over. He posted his backhand on the internet without saying a word, and Clare Shannon just saw it. Necrotizing fasciitis. They lose parts of their legs and face. That's when Clare Shannon finally realized her own wish came true. Soon after, Clare Shannon came home, but she found that her dog was gone. She just looked here for a while. Suddenly, a bell sounded from the hall. Maybe the dog is hiding inside. Clare Shannon went in without saying a word. Just as she was looking carefully, two mice suddenly fell from the sky. Wait until Clare Shannon looks forward again. Her own dog is dead. Watching the puppy buried in the ground, Clare Shannon broke down in tears, because it was the only gift her mother gave her before she died. That's it at night. Clare Shannon took the dog to Moments. At this time, my girlfriend sent a text message. She said the guy Clare Shannon likes is dating. The two of them also sent a lot of selfies, and then Clare Shannon looked into it. It's exactly the same as what my best friend said. Two people seem to be very in love. This time Clare Shannon is even more heartbroken. To vent her own emotions, Clare Shannon wishes on the box again. She wants the guy she likes, crazy in love with herself. And the next day, my wish came true. The boy smirked at her. See this scene. Clare Shannon was at a loss for a moment. At the same time, the box at home is slowly opened. Clare Shannon's uncle is a rich man. When he was about to take a shower here, suddenly, he slipped and fell. The entire bathtub was instantly surrounded by blood. At this moment, the boy's partner came over. Watching the boys giggle at Clare Shannon, she turned around angrily and left. The box at this time is also slowly closing. The word lock cylinder also appears at the same time, and her uncle was completely dead in the bathtub. Soon after, Clare Shannon came home. Her uncle's death was on the TV. Because Jonathan Shannon doesn't have a good relationship with his uncle. Even if my uncle has a will, there must be no name for them in it. Clare Shannon wanted to go upstairs to rest. Suddenly, the garbage her father picked up tripped her. She wanted to throw out the trash. This time Jonathan Shannon stopped her, because Clare Shannon was very disgusted with his father bringing home the trash. Said many times that her father had never heard. In a fit of rage, she turned and went upstairs. She thinks her father is like this, because the family has no money. So she picks up the box again and wishes. This time she wants all her uncle's possessions. After a while, Jonathan Shannon takes a call, and the phone was about my uncle's estate. The name of the will is only Jonathan Shannon. So Jonathan Shannon gets all of his uncle's wealth. After hearing this, the two were overjoyed. They first bid farewell to their neighbors. Then they went on to buy a luxury villa. Then they bought a luxury car. Then Clare Shannon called her best friend over again. All kinds of clothes and bags are soft to buy. The whole person has become much more confident than before. But seeing someone she likes, she can't help but take a second look. And that went on into the evening. The box slowly opened again. See this scene. Clare Shannon also thought it was strange. At the same time, the neighbor's vegetable sink suddenly got stuck. She wanted to try rebooting it. She didn't expect her hair to get stuck in it. Wait until she wants to close again, and they can't reach it. As the pull gets stronger, the neighbor's hair is also split. Finally the neck click. The neighbor next door died like this. The box also slowly closed at the same time. Clare Shannon is still as confused as ever. Late at night, Clare Shannon wakes up from a nightmare. Wait for her to look out the window. She actually found a figure at the door. Then she immediately got up to check. However, that figure has disappeared. The next day, the boy broke up with the partner. The ex-girlfriend knew it as soon as she heard it. Because of Clare Shannon. After taking revenge, he turned and left. At this point, the boy came over. He asked Clare Shannon to go on a date with him. Clare Shannon didn't agree at first. He said, "I'll think about it." Clare Shannon searched the text on the box during class, but the result shows that there is no such article. To find out, she found a classmate of her own. This classmate once said, he has a friend, specializing in ancient writing. At that time, Clare Shannon had no money, so she didn't go. Rich now, the two left without saying a word. Soon after, here they are. After checking with friends, he found a rule written on it. Give up or betray me. All your wishes will be dashed. And there is also a name Lou Mei on the top of the box. Then they looked up the name online. The account number is shown in 1910. There was a massive plague in China. Lu Mei's family is suspected of being infected, so they were isolated in a train box. Eventually, everyone else in the family died. It wasn't the plague, it was heat stroke and dehydration. To avenge his family, she took the music box to the temple, and she prayed there for 7 days and nights. On the 7th night, a monster responded to her. Later, Lou Mei became very wealthy. She also successfully avenged her family. This time, the classmate found a string of numbers under the box. My friend was also confused after seeing it, but her husband is familiar with this area. Then she took a picture with her phone. Because it takes a long time, Clare Shannon and his classmates decided to go back and wait for news. Just as the two were about to arrive home, Clare Shannon suddenly found his father still picking up trash. See this scene. Clare Shannon is furious. Obviously, the family is already very rich. Why didn't father suffer? In order not to let him embarrass herself again, she wishes again. She hoped her father wouldn't embarrass her in the future. At the same time, my friend's husband also replied here. The message says, the music stops, the blood debt must be paid. See this scene, and his friend was stunned. At this moment, the box was slowly opened again. The music starts again. With a flash of lightning, the lights in my friend's house went out in an instant. The phone also lost signal at this time. After reaching the door, the signal has improved, because Clare Shannon's cell phone doesn't get through at all. In desperation, she can only leave a message, but she hasn't finished yet. The door behind him was strangely closed. His friend was so terrified by the scene that his phone dropped. Looking at the weather, it's going to rain soon. She didn't go to pick up the phone. He turned and entered the room. But I just left for a while. She suddenly slipped and fell. It was this fall that killed him. Clare Shannon made a lot of face at home. She invited her best friend to watch her father perform the saxophone. This scene fascinated my girlfriend. The next day, no matter how the classmates call their friends, no one responds. So he picks up his phone and he starts calling. At this moment, the bell rang from the side. He walks over and took a look, only to find that it was his friend's phone. The thought that something is wrong, and he rushed up. He doesn't know. He was startled. Friend's head has been pierced. To find out, he rushed to Clare Shannon and asked her if she had made a wish on the box. Once the music stops playing, then the price is blood. He also told her about the death of his friend. But Clare Shannon didn't think much of it. She thinks it's just a box. It's impossible to kill. At this time, the class bell suddenly rang. She hasn't waited for her classmates to finish speaking, and she goes to class. So it's lunchtime. Clare Shannon wanted to sit and eat with his girlfriend. At this moment, the boy suddenly stopped her. She first glanced at her best friend, then decisively sat next to the boy. The ex-girlfriend is not happy at first glance. Fortunately, the table was not lifted. After Clare Shannon, just get out of here slowly. It didn't take long for her to post a moments. The general content is to mock Clare Shannon, and it has already received 106 likes. To get herself back, Clare Shannon wishes again. She aspires to be the most popular girl in school. After a while she got a text message, and the text message was sent by the boy. He invited Clare Shannon to the party. Clare Shannon was overjoyed to see this scene. She arrived at the scene after a while. Everyone looks at her like they've seen a big star. Clare Shannon had a surprisingly good night. After everyone leaves, she kissed the boy for the first time. However, the two of them did nothing. Finally, the boy sent Clare Shannon back. At night, Clare Shannon is awakened by another nightmare. The figure outside the window appeared again. See this scene? Clare Shannon hurried after him. This time she also took a weapon specially, but after some searching, but no trace of the figure was found. This time, father came over. He asked Clare Shannon what he was doing here. Clare Shannon responded that he was being followed. When my father asked when it started, Clare Shannon suddenly remembered the music box. She thought the guy was here to steal the box, so she hides the music box. The next day, Clare Shannon went to the next door neighbor's house. She just walked in the door. A pungent smell came over. Waits until she looks inside again. The neighbor next door is long dead. Since her mother hanged herself, the neighbor next door has been treating her like a daughter. Although sitting at a table with boys, at this moment, she is still not interested. To vent the emotions in my heart, she told her best friend about the music box. However, her best friend didn't believe it, even kicked the music box. They think it's all a coincidence. At night, Clare Shannon and the boys went to a party. Just when the two want to be intimate, Clare Shannon suddenly saw something familiar. Then she asked the boy to take out his phone. The phone is full of pictures of Clare Shannon. The dark figure at night was also a boy. She didn't expect the boy to be a pervert. In a fit of rage, she broke up. At the same time, the music box is slowly opened again. At this time, Clare Shannon and the three of them went to a mall. They're going to play a game here. The phone prompts them to go to the 26th floor, because only one person can go there. So one of the girlfriends walked into the elevator, but she just left. The elevator suddenly malfunctioned. Then she rushed to Clare Shannon for help. After a while, the elevator door opened. Her best friend was just about to go out. Suddenly the elevator landed again. As the speed gets faster, in the end, the elevator directly smashed down. Clare Shannon rushed over after seeing him. However, her best friend was already dead by now. The body has been pierced by shards of glass. The music box also slowly closed at the same time. Just when Clare Shannon didn't know what to do, the classmate came over at this time. He brought Clare Shannon into his house. He's been working on music boxes these days. He found those numbers on the bottom of the music box. It's a bugle called Big Beard. He was running a car shop in China, but soon after, a friend of his died unexpectedly. And for some reason, he killed himself 6 months later. Since he committed suicide, his wife can only speak a word. It was the music box that destroyed his own home. And that went on for another 5 years. A man named Carey was given the music box. He has won many lotteries since then, and she's married to a high school beauty. But good luck doesn't always come. His daughter drowned shortly after. His wife also died in a car accident. Finally, the man started a fire in the house, and then he locked himself in the room until he was burned to death. And this man's house, same neighborhood as Clare Shannon. Here. Clare Shannon completely believes that music boxes kill people. She begged her classmates to help her get rid of the music box. The two wanted to burn the box, but after a long meeting, there was no movement at all. The last two people tried to hit with a sledgehammer, and sadly, it didn't work either. In desperation, Clare Shannon, you can only hide the box. At night, a figure suddenly appeared in the room. Clare Shannon woke up at the same time, and that figure was a boy. He said, "I can't live without you." Then without saying a word, he slipped his arm. Fortunately, the ambulance made it in time. The boy's life is not in danger. The next day, Clare Shannon suddenly realized that the box was missing. No matter how she looks, not in the room at all. They think everything should be over. Clare Shannon just needs to live a normal life. Soon the doorbell rang. Clare Shannon's house was seized for failing to pay taxes. She can only return to the old house with her father. She goes to school on her bicycle as before. Father still collects the garbage as usual. Clare Shannon is no longer the most popular person at school. This sudden change broke Clare Shannon's heart, just as she was about to come home from school, but accidentally saw the box. It turned out that the box was stolen by another girlfriend, because she herself has become accustomed to the life of a rich person. Clare Shannon takes the box back again. The classmate wanted to persuade her not to make any more wishes. This time Clare Shannon said, "If you stop me again, then I will make a wish to deal with you." Soon after, Clare Shannon came home. She wishes again. She hoped her mother wouldn't commit suicide. After a while, my mother entered the room, and Clare Shannon has 2 more sisters. On this day, the family of 5 was finally reunited. But as Clare Shannon flipped through his mother's drawing, she finally found out why her mother committed suicide. It turned out that my mother also used that box. It all started because of my mother. At this point, the music box is opened again, and the victim is the father. Clare Shannon is ready to stop, but the next second, the chainsaw suddenly slipped. Jonathan Shannon died like this. Clare Shannon can't accept this scene, so she made her wish again. She wished she had gone back to her father to pick up the box. The screen changes. Clare Shannon wakes up from a dream. As can be seen from the puppy, her wish came true. Her own best friend also came to life. Then she found the box before her father did. Then she went to her classmates again, asked her to help herself bury the box. But just as Clare Shannon was about to go to class, a car suddenly rushed over. Clare Shannon was hit and killed instantly. Everyone was stunned by this scene, but the story doesn't end there. The classmate just buried the box here, but open it up and take a look. He was also attracted by the 7 wishes above.